Hey, Karina here. Want to know the real reason why books flop on Amazon? It's almost never the book. It's 100% a lack of a solid launch strategy. Yep, people don't launch properly, so they don't make money on Amazon. Look, if you already have a book on Amazon, but you are not making a dime, or if you have an idea and you would love to turn it into a book, but frankly, you don't even know what to do with this, or maybe you're a subject matter expert and you're thinking, gosh, I wonder if a bestseller would attract brand new business through the door. The answer is yes, it would, because I did that. Or maybe your manuscript is already ready, but you're freaking out because you don't know what to do with it. Look, I've been publishing since 2019, and the last 10 of my books all got the bestseller tag. My friend, it is not by luck. I have perfected a method, and it took me 6 years. And the reason why it's taken me that long, because frankly, nobody teaches this. Everybody teaches how to create a book, and then somehow people forget to tell you that there needs to be a launch strategy. This is why I created what I call my bestseller book launch strategy. Yep, because it is all about the launch. So yes, can I help you create a book? 100%. But what I do is I launch correctly every single time so that my books begin to make money month one. I do not wait for month three to make money. Okay. That's just not going to happen because I'm a single mama and I need to create income immediately with every single one of my books. So it doesn't even matter what step you're at. Okay. Whether you have a brand new author, maybe you have that idea that you want to publish, or you're already published, but suffering because you're in the red, right? You're in the red because the book is not making royalties, but you're paying out money on Amazon ads. I know a lot of my clients have this issue because it doesn't matter how amazing the book is. It will sink on Amazon without a solid launch strategy. Okay, before I jump into the framework, because I get it, the framework is super, 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 super important. But let me just tell you why I am so passionate about this, because honestly, it makes all the difference in the world. I was a corporate trainer. Like I did amazing work for so many different companies. And I know it was amazing work because I saw the results. I literally would have people come into my workshops who were on the verge of losing their jobs. Okay, like they were sent there by their managers who said, listen, this is like the last thing that I'm going to give you because honestly, there's no communication, there's problems, your employees are complaining. I remember I had this one manager one time. I kid you not, she came into the training. I had no idea that she was on the verge of losing her job. And she said, Karina, this thing has changed my life. Literally, I was almost going to lose my job. And this training, it turned everything around for me. And I was like, wait a minute. I have an amazing method here that I could teach so many people. So why am I constantly struggling to like really fill up my schedule? I mean, okay, I had clients, everybody gets clients, but I wanted to be filled up like 2 to 3 months ahead, and I couldn't get that. I was struggling. I had to go do events. I would spend so much time away from my kids because I was either doing events, I was promoting my business, I was doing LinkedIn posts, I was doing all this crazy stuff. And really, I just needed something that would anchor and showcase what I'm able to do and what I'm able to offer. And one time my girlfriend called me. She's like, Karina, I just published a book and literally I got filled up for 3 months. What? Light bulb moment. I went, I'm doing it. So I had all these papers. I had everything written down. I had everything like on my system. I created my book and the thing went bestseller in 3 weeks. I was astounded. People needed what I had, and I knew that they would because I knew that what I had was making a difference in people's lives. So look, You can do all kinds of different things. It doesn't matter what you have. It doesn't matter if you just have an idea. If you're an architect, but you want to write children's books because that's your passion, or if you're a lawyer and you have this amazing formula that you want to help people maybe set up for, the retirement. Maybe you're a financial advisor. Maybe you're just a person who has this awesome passion that wants to create a book, and you need a way to do it in a way that's actually going to work. Because let me tell you, nobody teaches how to launch properly. And if without a solid launch strategy, without a solid review strategy, your book is just not going to make money on Amazon. It doesn't matter what you write about, whether you have, keywords or categories or all this other stuff that people talk about. You have to have a solid launch strategy, and you have to be able to understand how the Amazon algorithm actually works. Look at it. It's taken me 6 years to figure out. So let's jump into my formula. Let me show you how I do it. I will explain it step by step. I'll see you in the framework. Let's jump into the framework. It is phenomenal. It's very short, but here's the thing. If you're already published, grab a pad and a pencil or a pen, whatever you use, because you're going to want to take notes. And if you've never published before, listen up, my friend, because these are all the steps that you're going to need. And if somebody tells you, oh no, you're not going to need this, don't believe them, because you're going to need them in order to publish correctly. So let's get into it. Let me share. All right. Notice the very first thing that says here, bestseller book launch method. Why does it say that? Well, let me tell you, because books don't fail. Launches do. 100% every single time. If the book isn't launched properly, it will fail. I see this over and over and over, and I have a lot of students that have gone through this. So notice that there are 5 steps only. What I will say to you, though, is stay till the end, because I've saved the best for last. This is why all the last 10 books that I have published, and it doesn't even matter what topic they're on, they hit the bestseller tag. That's why. So stay to the end so that you can hear everything and so that you begin to understand why things fail. Very first step. You've got to stand out to get found. Amazon is a massive platform. We're talking 55 million people, and it is the absolute best platform to sell books. Because, you could be in Barnes and Noble or all the other different places, right? You could be selling in 40 different Kobos and the iPhones and the iPods and whatever of the world. It doesn't even matter, because Amazon is where you make the money, where you make the most amount of money, because there's so many eyeballs on your book. We want to publish there, but here's the problem. And I have a lot of people that argue with me on this, but hey, when you figure out a formula and you're arguing with somebody who hasn't figured out the formula, the argument is ridiculous. I stopped arguing, especially about the cover. I have a lot of designers that come to me and say, oh, Karina, no, because I'm a designer, so I know how to create a cover on Amazon. Let me tell you, do you understand the formula for covers on Amazon? Because I don't care that you're a designer. Honestly, it doesn't even matter to me. Because if you do not understand the formula for covers on Amazon that works, you can take your degree and burn it. Because I am telling you right now, your cover will not work. I know this because I got burned on covers more than once. The other thing that you need to have correctly done is categories. If I had $1 for every single time that I saw a person put their book in the wrong category, or they were simply missing categories, friends, you can't do that. You can't do that because that is all attached to your Amazon ads. And if any of this is missing, you're going to be spending a ton of money on ads and making no money on your book. The third one here is keywords. Keywords are extremely important, but they can be placed everywhere on your listing. There are 2 places that people never put solid keywords in, ever. They somehow miss this. They feel like it's a nice to have. No, it's a must have on Amazon. and that's a description and your A+ content. You need to optimize those two places. If you have not, you need to look at your listing because this has been missed. Okay, the old way of publishing used to be that you could just publish and throw your hands up in the air and go on a vacation and never worry about your listing. You can't do that anymore. The most important time of your listing is the first 4 weeks because you've got to ride the Amazon algorithm. It is a complicated algorithm. The only people that know what the algorithm is all about is the people that are at the headquarters of Amazon, because they're the ones that are putting that algorithm together to work. So, algorithm, though, is if you write it correctly, it will boost the visibility of your book. It will sync in together your reviews with your ads, and in the first 4 weeks, you will start to make money. This is how I make money in my first month on Amazon. You know what? I'm a single mom. So let me just say it to you very straight up. I refuse not to make money on Amazon with books because it's taken me at least 3 months to create it and I spent money on it. So I will not publish a book unless I am 100% ready to make money month 1. That's it. Okay, step 3, promo. Oh, nobody takes advantage of this. It just kills me to see clients not even understanding how. There are so many incredible promotional sites, but, and here's the big but, if you have not lined up your promotional sites correctly so that you can right on top of that algorithm, you've missed the boat. And this is very sad because really this should be taught. I'm not sure why it's not, but it's not. If you're a subject matter expert and you have an email list, fabulous. We can take advantage of that. If you have a database, I love it. We will take advantage of that. I also help all of my clients to do Facebook ads because sometimes that's important if you're doing the review process yourself. But if you don't want to and you just want to, have somebody else do it for you, beautiful, because I've got just the peeps. Now, Amazon ads are extremely important. And so you need to have a certain number of reviews before you start ads. You cannot do it earlier because Amazon hasn't learned the book yet. Remember that the algorithm is not a sentient being, okay? It's not like it's an algorithm, it's a machine. What's it doing? It's looking for keywords. It's trying to figure out how to place your book in the first few weeks of publishing, and it's trying to detect everything. Okay, I get it. Oh, I don't know. Oh, let me put in front of this person. Oh no, let me put in front of that person, because it's trying to figure out who would be interested in the book, who's the actual target audience, and who might buy it. Why? Because Jeff is not stupid. Jeff wants to make money on your book, and he will. So why wouldn't Amazon help you sell your book? Of course, it's going to help you sell your book. It wants to make money. But when they make money, we make money. When we make money, they make money. It's a win-win, and I love win-wins. But we need to take advantage of the promo power. This is such an untapped market. I can't even tell you in words. This for me is like, I don't know, a gold medal at the end of a marathon. Literally an untapped market. I never publish a book without utilizing this step, ever. Okay, let's go to the next step. Bestseller momentum. Okay, so I don't know what happens, but I feel like many, many times, and I talk to my customers because they don't know, right? People don't know. So there's a lot of burnout that's involved with publishing a book on Amazon, because if you don't know what actually works, you're going to burn out because you're not going to see the rewards. You're not going to see the royalties rushing in. And as human beings, when we've put all this time and effort into something and the first 2 weeks pass and we're not seeing the results, it's a downer. I completely get it. But this is the time not to give up. When we capitalize on this momentum with reviews, with ads, with promos, The first 4, 5, 6 weeks of your book, that is when the magic happens. Your bestseller tag will happen between 3 weeks to 6 weeks of publishing. In the last 10 books that I've published, and I got this is exactly when that happened. So this is exactly and 100% tied into my strategy of launch. And I know because I've seen this with my own clients. It's 100% tied into that. We take advantage of this. We do not miss on this. We do not sleep until this is done. Well, okay, we sleep a little bit, but we get this done. Okay, you ready for the final? This is the kicker. This is what it gets me so excited and no one teaches. It's called the 72-hour Amazon push. The first 72 hours on Amazon, I cannot tell you in words how important this is. In the first 72 hours on Amazon, we push the book like crazy because we understand that when we do the push, Amazon will push for us. So we're actually writing a wave of theirs that opens up the door and amplifies the book to as many eyeballs as possible. So do the math. Even if you, out of 55 plus million people on Amazon, just make 1%, 1%, you're a millionaire. And this is the part that people miss. They miss the 72-hour window. They have no idea. They don't even know about it. I work with my customers to line up their reviews before the launch. I make sure that we are so ready. And by the way, none of my clients took vacations, okay, during launch. No cruise ships, no vacations, nothing is allowed. The hubbies and the wives are sent away with the kids to the park every day. Do what you need to do. You're going to be like this because we are going to work in those 72 hours and you will love your life because that first week, my friend, you're going to have reviews. You're going to be able to get your ads going. You're going to be able to see how many books have been downloaded because we take advantage of the 5 free promo days. We get this so lined up with zero room for error. And we make sure that that first month you will make money. I never missed a step. I have not to date, and I have not been wrong. It is such a gratifying thing to see my customers make money in week one. It's brilliant. Okay, so now that you've seen the framework and you're already published on Amazon, you know you didn't have a launch plan. I know, don't feel bad. Nobody teaches this. And if you've never published yet, you have an idea, a book ready, maybe a manuscript ready, maybe you're a subject matter expert. Amazing. This is the perfect time because we can literally go through every single step and I can show you how to do this the right way the first time. So you start making money on Amazon now, literally the moment you launch. Okay, here's the next step. Book your 30-minute alignment call with me. Let's go through every single step. I will not let you fail. Book the call and I will see you there. Look, what do you have to lose? I'm the launch doctor. I literally do this for hundreds of people. Book your call. I'll see you there.